You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much.
Alright, so today is Monday, and this is like the first week in August, right? And I'm genuinely grateful for another month, being able to see another month, being able to wake up, do the same thing over and over again. Uh, I've learnt my lessons from last month, restructured, and I hope for a better month, right? So, deals, if you are new to this channel, I basically document my thought process, my journey generally. Coming into this week, yeah, I have three setups currently, right? One of them tagged me in waking up this morning, and then the two others are just playing around in my entry, around my entry. Let's just head into the chat. Okay, so this is the EURCAD, which, as you can see, has currently tagged me in, and you can see that sniper entry, right? That sniper entry. Funny enough, that is why I love good funded platform. As it is like this, I've already been triggered in all of my accounts, right? It's just crazy. But as it is like this, there's still possibility price might still um pull into drawdown a little bit because this fair value gap right here hasn't been fully filled. So there's possibility price might find its way into drawdown before we continue moving. Well, anything can happen in this game. We can just decide to just price might just decide to just keep going down slowly till we hit TP or just hit the SL altogether. But then this setup is 100% A plus. Why did I say that? We have a sweep, I have a break of structure, not just one break, two breaks, right? And you can see this level 2 was broken, right? We had an expansion, FVG lining up with the 71%, and then there's one other confluence which is not that important, but I use it, right? Volume profile, right? Look at where the point of control is just at that point, right? This is where there is a law of volume, and as you can see, going down, no volume at all, right? The volume is less going down, right? So this is what this is an A plus setup, but then A plus setups to end up becoming losses, you get. So for the next one, the Euro AUD, this guy, as you can see, from this point, price just didn't even pull into this NVG, right? And you can see the pump from here. But then this setup is still valid, right? I'll still hold my positions on this setup. Why? Because it's a setup for me. It's the setup for me, right? I came across something. Uh, it was like, why do you have to actually name something an A plus or B plus or B minus? Why not just look for that specific confluence and take it, right? So that being said, the Nasdaq as well, price came back into the 71%. They didn't still come into the 75, and then you can see the pump downwards. Right, there's no possibility this guy doesn't come back into my entry. Alright, so notwithstanding, I'm still leaving my positions open. So let's see how it goes.
Already, I'm the vibe of today.
Alright, so today Tuesday in the first week of this month, the 4th of August. And so these are the positions that I'm currently in. NAS100, so we finally tapped in the 75% yesterday, and then currently we are deep down in drawdown. And then for the EURCAD, EURCAD is still currently in profits, but then having a little bit of pullback around the site, probably a retest of the entry before the final drop, or anything can happen in this anything can happen in this setup. Right, so for the Euro AUD, yesterday on going back to check it, I can see that we finally hit TP without me. Price hit TP without me being involved in the trade. So I've closed my entries and everything. Yeah, so that's just it for this trade setups. Yeah. So this guy might still be valid. Why? Because we didn't fully break structure above this high. Right? But then I've closed it already. Let's just keep on holding on to just keep holding these setups till we either hit a sell or TP. And yeah, so yeah, that's just it for this morning.
Okay, so this is the updates on the trades that I'm currently holding. Euro AUD, or rather EURCAD. It's we are currently in drawdown, right? It's just the same thing. I had a sweep from this point right here, a very good structure right here, right? The expansion with FVG lining up at the 71%, and yeah, I expect for price to just do this and continue. But then there was something that I saw around this point right here. You can see that FVG hasn't really been filled up, so there's possibility we are going to do that just like so. Right, there's all possibility that we are going to fill that up before the expansion downwards, right? But then that's just it. That's just about it. And yeah, for the NAS100, you can see the smashing SL that we took here, right? This is a good trade. This is a clean setup, by the way. But then look at what happened. We hit SL right there. That's just fine because we don't win all the time, right? We trade a game of probabilities, right? Win some, lose some, and then expect our hedge to give us an indication of where we should actually trade towards, right? Other than that, we are wasting our time. In this space, right? So keep it posted as this EURCAD plays along. Right, it's currently the only setup that I'm holding currently. Right, although well, it's not that necessary anymore. The Euro AUD, I was watching that from this point it's ETP. Look at the way rejected back they didn't fully break the structure. It's possible that price comes right from this point and go to ATP, but then I'm no longer interested in this setup anymore. I'm just going to review it and wait for this one to actually play out. Right, so let's go. And I'm loving all races. Hell no, don't discriminate. Today is Wednesday, the 5th of August, and yeah, I was quite busy all through today, and then most of the time now, time is about 7:55. I wasn't able to shoot anything in the morning. I was quite busy. I had a meeting, yada yada yada. But then I thank God for the success of that. And yes, here we are now. Currently, I'm still running this EURCAD setup, and from yesterday, clearly saw that we were deep in drawdown, right, for a bit. What I said was that we might likely be coming up into this level to fill it up, right, which gave us quite a bit of drawdown right here, right? But then we are now back in profit, and I hope that from this point we keep dropping, right? We keep dropping from this point till ATP, but who knows, anything can happen in this game, right? And then I have another trade setup, the EURNZD. I saw this guy this morning. I saw a sweep structure, break structure, price had already tapped in the 50% level. Right, so it was time for me to set my entry parameters, and I did just that. I set my entry parameters, and yeah, I'm patiently waiting for this trade setup to tag me in, right, to see where this takes us, right. Although there's something about this setup, right. The position of the imbalance is not too close to the 71%, although it's an opportunity that I was able to get this morning. It lines up with everything, right? Although we have an irregular balance here, but then it has been filled up to 50% of the imbalance, right? But then look at this, right? There's equal possibility of price just coming to this region and dropping, right? But then let's just still keep our fingers crossed and wait and see what's going to happen at this point. So those are the two setups that I'm waiting on, and yeah, I hope they yield good results. Yeah, so till tomorrow. If somebody's there, then tell me who. Alright, so what do we have here? We have the Euro card right here, right, and I'll be running this setup for as long as Sunday, which is the 2nd of August, right. And just like yesterday, on Tuesday coming into Wednesday, we were still deep in drawdown, and right now this is what the trade is looking like, nice and clean, right. So early this morning I saw this setup, okay, not this one though, but then I had this one as well, which I might likely be removing if I don't see what's interesting me about this setup. I would remove it, right. Then I saw this guy this morning, CADCHF. I saw CADCHF this morning, and what did I see? I can see a sweep from this point, a break of structure, an expansion see the downside, fair value gap lining up at the 71%, and as you can see now, price was stacked this entry, and then what's our expectation? Expectation is to drop to break this structure. But then anything can happen in this market, right? Anything can happen. Price might decide to continue to the upside. We might do either ways. Anyhow, we just wait and see whatever happens here. Right. So today is Thursday, right? Today is Thursday, like the last day. Sorry, tomorrow will be the last trading day of the week. So we still have one more day. Let's see how that goes, right? Peace. Alright, so today is Friday, the last trading day of the week, and we are currently in two positions, CADCHF and Monoda setup, right? We are both in profit on it too. Waking up this morning, I noticed that they are both in profit, right? There's not much information to actually share. I'm still currently trading my uh, one step account, two-step accounts from Good Funded, and they are still both in drawdown. I'm just actually choosing to take my time with them. You get actually I started one April. I think I've said it before. Say one on April, and I got another one early July. Yeah, early July, and they are both in drawdown. Mama, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, honestly. And I didn't hope for it to take this long for me to actually pass it, but then I feel like it's due to my instability, right? One moment, just when I notice that something is not working, I tend to change. Like during that April, I think refined I refined the strategy I was using more than 3 times, right? I think first I was using the daily time frame as a confluence. Later I changed it again. I decided to just use only for 4H. Later I changed it again. I started looking for only setups that um, with different pairs. I think I said that in one of my videos. Yeah, I did. And later I was just all over the place looking for refinements that would suit um, just looking for refinement generally so that I'll be able to get the best possible outcome. But now I've discovered that it doesn't work that way, right? I discovered that sticking to just one structure, right, for a long time and actually waiting for it to show itself to you how it works, right, is like the best way, right? So I've drafted out my rules. I'm following the five fundamental. Um, I don't know how Mark Douglas called it. I cannot remember how Mark Douglas called it, but then I think it's in the five fundamental rules in trading, and then the seven consistency something something. But then I've drafted it out. Well, and what I do now is that every morning when I wake up to the system, I read through it, right, to make it actually sink in, right, to sink in into my mental state. Then I go through my trading plan before I enter the chart, look for any opportunities. And so far this month, I'll be following it. So I want to see how I would do without with that for the rest of the month, right? And I hope I follow it through. So let's go to the chart and show you guys what I'm currently running. Alright, so here we are on the chart, and currently I have EURCAD, right? EURCAD. Currently, you can see that this is what's going on. We just broke this structure, and there's likeliness that we are going down from here, right? Then this EURNZD it's just been doing whatever. I don't understand here. I might just decide to just remove it at last, right? Then for the CADCHF right here that just triggered yesterday, I had this break every July of 71%, and then for my final confluence, I don't take this one that serious, but then it's an added confluence. It's a volume profile, right? And then it shows where there's more volume in a particular range, but then it's not necessary. It's not necessary. But then this is what it is. This is what it is, right? We had price tap into this level, and then we are dropping from this point. So this is all what I have running currently all through this week. Actually, I've not had any new position except for all these ones, and this one was not even last week. This one was not even this week. Yeah, you can see it was not even okay. Tuesday, okay, this happened on Tuesday. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so you know the drill. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and let's grow the family. Right, I love you guys, and take care out there. Happy weekend.
I'm so deep in my bag like a grandma with a peppermint. They say, oh, she smell good. That's just cause I'm innocent.